Okay, welcome to data mining course. In this lectures, we're going to discuss about how we can implement cross-story algorithm using the Weka application. Again, in the lectures, we discuss about what is cross-story. We discuss about different types of cross-story algorithm. Example, we talk about partitioning and hierarchical clustering. So Weka contains clusters for finding groups of similar instances in a data set. Again, the main goal of a cross-story algorithm is to be able, again, to partition a data set into a subset based on the similarity of the data. So the values or the data that are similar will be in one cluster. Data that are dissimilar will be in different clusters. So we can implement Weka cluster algorithms using the K-means, EM, cobweb, X-means, and feathers first. Also, the clusters can be visualized and compared to true clusters if it's given. An evaluation based on, again, log likelihood if clustering scheme produces a probability distribution. So again, this is our Weka graphical user interface. And here again, we can see the cluster button. Again, the process is the same step. The first thing we need to do is to load our data. So first we have to load our file, then we go through the pre-processing if we need to prepare the data and data preparation phase. After that, the next step is to click on clusters. So when we click on cluster button, we will see the choose button here, which again consists of all the algorithms. So when we click on choose, we will see different clustering algorithms for, again, Weka application. Here we are going to use the cobweb. So we select the cobweb. And so now we have cobweb. Here again, in clustering, our data set does not consist of the response variable or the target variable. So we don't have no training set and test set. We don't need to do that. So here, for example, we are going to use the arrays data set. And the data set is already loaded. Here we click classes to clusters evaluation. Then the type of clustering we are going to do, if it's a nominal, or so in this case, the target variable is, or the classes we are going to, again, compare is the nominal, and the name again is class. So we select the attribute, then we click on start. So this will be the output of the program. So first we have the scheme, which tells us the name of the algorithm we are using, which is cobweb. The relation is the files that we are using, the data set. The data set name is arrays. The instances is how many records it has. It has 150 instances or records. And the attributes will be the number of characteristics or the columns. So we have the sapper length, sapper width, pattern length, pattern width, and also we have the class. So in this, we use this arrays data set for classification. And that time we have our class attribute to be our target variable, which will give us 3 types of classes, 3 different types of flowers, or arrays talks about different types of flowers, is 3 types. So based on the length, both the sapel and pattern length, and also the width, based on the sapel width and the pattern width, we can be able to tell the type of flowers it is, whether vesicular, etc. So our goal here again is not classification, but clustering. So here still we are going to get 3 different types of clusters because we have 3 different types of flowers. So when we click start, the number of merges is 0, the number of split is 0, and also the number of clusters is 3, because the algorithm saw 3 different types of flowers. So the similar flowers will be in one cluster. So we have 3 different clusters because 3 different flowers. So we scroll down, then we can see number of clusters is 3. The leaf, 1 is 96. As we said, the instance variables is 150. We have 96 and 54 for leaf 1 and 2. Then the clustered instances, 1 and 2, we have 150 for second. Then this is our 3 clusters. We have the Aries setosa, Aries versicolor, Aries virginica. So those are the 3 types of flowers, and that was able to generate 3 types of clusters for us. We have incorrectly clustered instances, which is 50. That's a lot, 50. That's almost 1/3 of the data set. The instances, our total instance is 150. So the goal here is, again, we should be able to understand the cluster output. Here, cobweb, we don't need to specify the number of clusters we want, but we can also implement the K-means. The K represents the number of clusters that we want. Again, the goal here is not to understand the algorithm. We have the lectures video for clustering, which go detail on the algorithms. Our goal here is how to use the Weka application. So the steps again is the same as we did classify, and also we did associate already. The first step is to load our file into Weka application. Then if necessary, we do our pre-processing. As we said, pre-processing is the data preparation phase. We are going to remove errors if it exists, or transformation of the data set, or reduce the dimensionality, etc., and also normalize any of the attribute values. Or we can also do discretization or binarization. That's the data transformation. So those are, again, data preparation phase, or the pre-process. Then after that, we click on clusters. Then we click on choose. Then we can see all the possible cluster algorithm. Then we have to choose one of them. Then we follow the steps. Now, if we choose K-means, we have to select the option, the number of clusters we want, and we click start button. Here we chose cobweb. So we specify the classes that we want to cluster, classes to cluster the evaluation. Here is based on the attribute name class. The attribute name class consists of the 3 different types of flowers, which is the Aries setosa, Aries versicolor, Aries virginica. So we are going to have 3 clusters based on the similarity of these 3 different flowers. In classification, we use the same data set, but we build a model so that the model later on can be able to predict or classify if the flowers based on the petal length and width, sepal length and width. Based on that, we can again predict if the flower belongs to any of these 3 classes. So again, here we want to show the tree. So again, we can right click. Then we select, when we right click, we get this menu. We can select visualize the tree. And we can see that, so we have 3 classes. First, we start with 150. Then we break it into 2. And we keep going. Also, we can visualize the clusters. Again, we can go back. It's the same step. Again, here, instead of selecting visualize tree, right click on cobweb. Instead of saying visualize tree, we can say visualize the cluster assignments. And we can see the clusters. Again, this is 3 clusters. We have the green, we have red X, then we have red square. So we have 3 different flowers, 3 different clusters. So that will be the conclusion for clustering, how to use the Weka for clustering. So again, wish everybody the best and thank you.